Chapter 4, Chrysalis. Interior, exterior, Chris's car, day. The trio has been riding in silence for a few moments, each pondering the revelation that just unfolded. Mr. Mumbles sleeps in Dan's lap, and to no one's surprise, Dan is first to break the silence.
I really am going to destroy his house,
Dan announces, his voice flat but earnest. Chris catches Dan's reflection in the rearview mirror.
He's already beaten you, Dan. I think going after him now is just asking for it,
he says.
Honestly,
Elise begins.
I really can't tell which of you is the evil twin, but something about him is just really charismatic. He's just you with better posture, cleaner shaven, better hairline, and that voice.
Chris glares over at Elise.
Done glazing the criminal, are we? Hey, I'm just stating the facts here, not like I want to hear him do a podcast or anything. Although... Anyway,
Chris interrupts.
There's just one thing I don't get, Dan. Why would he invite us in just to say all that? Isn't it obvious?
Dan condescends.
This is all just a game. Stealing my money to provoke me, offering me his gross cocoa that I'm pretty sure had dairy in it. But luckily, I've been playing for far longer with more wins on the board, so my brother is gonna get his.
Dan erases telemarketer from his notebook, writing Adam's name in its place.
All I need is a flamethrower, a trebuchet, 10 pounds of C4, and Chris's car. Wait, how does my car fit into all that? Give it to me and you'll see.
Dan, no. Besides, where are you going to get a trebuchet at this hour? He says, lowering his voice to a mumble. Or this decade, for that matter. Elise reaches into her pocket and pulls out a silver high-tech audio recorder no larger than a pack of gum, blue LEDs racing along its angular design.
Are you two done?
She asks.
Because if so, I've got a better idea.
Elise presses and holds the play button, and a familiar voice springs from its speaker clean as if it spoke right next to them.
I didn't need to empty your little piggy bank. I did it as a favor to a friend.
She releases the button. A smile stretches across Dan's face as he throws his arms in the air from excitement.
Elise, that's perfect, so you can be useful.
Where did you even get that? Chris asks with equal excitement.
It sounds so clear. Secret Santa.
An equally designed bracelet buzzes on her wrist. Elise turns slightly toward the window so as to not reveal the collar and tucks her burgundy hair behind her right ear, revealing an inconspicuous earpiece.
Dancing shadow.
A filtered voice greets, visual blue frequencies expanding and contracting along the thin display.
I'm kind of in the middle of something. What is it?
Chris glares over at Elise with an absent-minded smile.
Honey, are you on the phone? Who is it?
He asks, Dan in the back looking between them both like a child being driven to soccer practice.
Oh, it's my mom. Chris says, hi, Mom. She says she hates you.
Chris rolls his eyes.
Ha, typical.
His disinterest in the call is assured as he focuses on the road and Elise resumes her call.
Dancing shadow, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. What's going on?
There's been a sighting over the viaduct about half an hour ago.
What kind of sighting?
Elise asks, eyes crooked in curiosity.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Come to HQ. We'll need to talk in person. Be careful, Dancing Shadow.
And without reply from Elise, the communication ends.
Chris!
Elise calls.
Drop me off here.
On the side of the service road? Why?
I have to powder my nose.
Powder your
What?
Elise's nostrils flare, her command piercing Chris's ears like a startling thunderclap.
Just drop me off here, Chris!
She demands. Chris slams the brakes as a sharp skid fills the car, lifting his hands as if at gunpoint.
Okay, jeez. Thanks, hon,
Elise says, planting a peck on his lips. She tosses the audio recorder into Chris's lap, nearly out of the car.
Take that to the police station. I'll meet you back at home and don't let Dan break it. Goodbye, Elise,
Dan retorts. Elise leaps into the distance as Chris drives with a slight detour toward the police station.
What's gotten into her?
Chris asks.
Oh, don't worry, Chris. She just probably had to take a dump and couldn't hold it. Women and their fragile digestive systems.
Dan, aren't you lactose intolerant?
Shut up, Chris.
Interior, police station, sunset. After dropping off Mr. Mumbles at home, Dan and Chris have arrived at the bleak, dimly lit police station with no human in sight. Dan begins to abuse the bell set atop the counter.
Hello?
He calls, yet still not a person in sight.
Hello?
He calls again, persistent of bell abuse.
I have evidence to a heinous crime committed at my expense,
he continues, waving the recorder above his head. And all Chris can do is pinch the bridge of his nose of embarrassment, knowing that it's difficult to prevent Dan from being Dan. A portly, mustachioed police officer walks from the back to quell the ruckus. Oh, it's you, the little guy, the officer says with an unamused expression, tilting his head behind himself. Bring my good taser, he continues.
Hey, I'm the victim here!
Dan shouts, pounding his fist on the counter. Right, the officer replies. Again, he tilts his head. Double time! Chris shoves Dan aside, the recorder left twirling in the air before Chris grabs it. Dan reluctantly allows, rubbing his head with a grimace.
You got... No, don't push me.
What my curmudgeonous friend here is trying to say is that he's been a victim of money fraud and we have a confession from the culprit on tape. Chris plays the recording from earlier, securing the officer's trust. The officer becomes more jovial as he calls for his squad to head out for duty. Oh, well, why didn't you say so? Boys, round up! Dan begins rubbing his hands together, maniacal grin stretched ear to ear.
This is gonna be good,
he says. Meanwhile, a smaller officer arrives from the back with taser in hand, his uniform adorned with a single chevron. Your taser, sir. The portly officer sighs and hangs his head in disappointment, realizing that Dan, Chris, and the squad has already fled the building. We'll get him next time, Private, he says. We'll get him next time. Interior, secret quasi-government base, night. Elise has donned her black ninja attire, complete with a long flowing red scarf and Enchato blade strapped to her back. After a series of biometric scans and other security measures, she gains access to the primary operations facility, a large conventional room of various computing operatives and a large central display. Welcome, Dancing Shadow, her superior greets.
What's the situation, Fading Dawn?
Dawn commandeers a nearby operative's computer in order to display the sighting of which Elise had been earlier advised. Take a look at this. An image appears on the central display of the 6th Street Viaduct with an ominous figure hovering just above the bridge. Of the 2 U.S. satellites we've hijacked, one spotted what appears to be some sort of winged female demon flying just over the bridge. Elise parts her lips, inhaling in shock as she recalls Chris's words from some time ago.
You have to help me! My boss is a demon!
Could she be? Dawn interrupts her daze. You mean you know something about this Dancing Shadow? He inquires.
Maybe, I'm not sure, but do we even have the resources to deal with this sort of thing?
The sheer mention of your name was enough to gather all the resources we need. You're highly respected. I've got every priest, rabbi, and exorcist in the state at your full disposal if needed.
Well then, where do I begin?
Elise replies with pride. Well, for starters, do you know how to make holy water? Elise arches an eyebrow.
Holy water?
Exterior, Adam's home, night. The police officers have arrived about 4 cars deep. Chris has already turned over the evidence and Adam's address accepted by the chief of police. Dan and Chris were instructed to go home, but Chris followed the cops at Dan's behest.
Come out with your hands up!
The chief beckons on a megaphone.
We have you moderately surrounded.
He continues, looking around at the lack of coverage. Not even a few moments later, Dan appears at the chief's side without notice, snatching the megaphone and screaming his own demand.
You get out here right now, you money-thieving coward!
I thought I told you to go home, the chief berates. Leave, or I'll have you arrested for obstruction, he insists, reclaiming his megaphone. And like the rumble of a volcano, vein on his forehead and all that noise,
I will strangle...
Chris swoops in and pulls him away.
We'll go home, Chief, thanks,
he says with nervous cheer. But just before they could get in the car, Dan hears the loud creak of Adam's front door opening. They stop in their tracks as Dan turns to meet Adam's gaze from afar. Adam winks at Dan, causing him to growl, but the chief addresses Adam before Dan could further react.
I told you to come out with your hands up,
he advises. Adam's hands are tucked in his pockets. As usual, he maintains a conceited expression and in this instance speaks very few words. The chief signals his officers to take aim as various clicks sound in unison.
If you don't put your hands up, we'll be forced to move in,
the chief's voice echoes. Adam ignores the demand, turning his back and preparing to go back inside. The chief notices that Adam is unarmed, so decides to cautiously approach while lifting his hand, signaling the squad to lower their weapons. If you don't come with us, sir, we'll have to use force, the chief advises, now just a couple of feet from Adam. Go ahead, Adam callously taunts. The chief obliges, pulling out his taser and attacking Adam, but to no avail. The chief looks at the taser and raises an eyebrow. He's certain he'd both heard the buzz and seen the light. Again, he attacks. Another buzz, but no effect. The chief, now overcome with fear, quickly retreats to his car, simultaneously losing grip of his taser. Fire! Fire! He begs as the squad begins firing seconds of rounds. Dan speaks to the chief under gunfire as Chris stands in shock.
Wait, that's too far!
Dan shouts.
I didn't want you to kill him, I just want my money back!
Go home!
The chief scolds. The gunfire ceases as echoes of shells hitting the ground drift to silence. Everyone in attendance find themselves gawking at an unscathed Adam. His shirt torn off by gunfire and pants ripped asunder, Adam dusts himself, kneels to the ground, and spreads his hands apart on its surface.
You know, Dan,
Adam shouts at a distance.
I told you I still work for the marketing firm. But what I didn't tell you,
he begins. The color of Adam's body begins shifting from its usual fair tone to an ominously dark red. Tattered wings sprout from his back, left then right. He rises to his feet as a set of horns erupt from atop his head. His bright yellow eyes meet with Dan's awe-stricken stare.
Is that I've been promoted,
Adam concludes. The ground surrounding Adam's feet cracks as glowing hues of red and orange seal each fissure. With a single beat of his wings, he thrusts himself into the air and flees, leaving behind bewilderment and a gust of wind that jolts everyone and everything in its radius. A monster in khakis, fading to a speck of shadow against the moon. Dan, his already messy black hair blown back as if he'd been electrocuted, sighs as his eyelids drop while tilting his head toward the night sky.
I'm never getting my money back, am I?
And this concludes Chapter 4, Chrysalis.